Hearing frantic calls for help in the stabbing of a Dobbs Ferry police sergeant.
And a man who ran to help the bleeding officer is talking. Ty Milburn joins us and brings us this News 12 exclusive tonight. Ty.
That's right, Ian. Yesterday, we knew how random this attack was. Tonight, we are learning just how terrifying and bloody it was. You can take a look. Blood still on the ground here from where that officer was attacked. And tonight, we're hearing from a Con Ed worker who was here, and he was one of the people who helped save this officer's life.
He thinks he's coming out for a traffic detail, which should be low pressure.
What started out as a typical day for a Con Ed-led construction team laying some new gas lines in Dobbs Ferry, and a police sergeant quickly turned on a dime. In an instant, the cop who was protecting the Con Ed crew was the one who was in danger when a man who police identify as 36-year-old Matthew Burke allegedly attacked the officer.
Out of the blue, the suspect came behind the officer. I thought he was going to say hi or something and struck him over the head.
Con Ed supervisor Timothy Brennan could only watch as the chaos unfolded before his eyes, ending with the veteran sergeant falling to the ground in a pool of his own blood. How bad was he bleeding?
Bad, yeah, it was coming out good.
Where was he bleeding from?
From his head.
Brennan sprang into action, first calling 911 and then performing first aid.
To see one of our guys on the ground, I had to help.
He says he watched as the officer, through his own pain, called in a description of the suspect.
He's on the ground bleeding and he's like still doing his job.
And then only seconds later, coming to terms with just how serious his injuries might be.
He checked his hand to see, I guess, how much he was bleeding and realized how much he was bleeding. And he said, if I bleed out, tell my wife and kids that I love them.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, incredible stuff. So we learned yesterday the officer is recovering out of the hospital. The suspect are in custody, but are police saying anything, Ty, about a possible motive?
Now, police insist that the motive just purely was a very random event. That's what they are calling it. And we pressed Timothy on that, and he says he will live the rest of his life and never understand why something like that happened.